So here is a question that I got in an email from a student. It is number 10 on page 731 in the official guide. Again, I always recommend following along in the official guide. And the question basically reads, a bag has only red, blue, and yellow marbles. The probability of selecting a red marble is 1/4 and a blue marble is 1/6. Which of the following could be the total number of marbles in the bag? And this is a number 10 on a short section, so it's getting up there in difficulty. But I just wanted to point out that while some students see this and sort of get intimidated by the fact that it's about probability, and they think, well, I need to know something about probability, I need to know some formula, this is really a totally doable question for just about everybody on this test. And let me show you why. So we know that red, the probability of getting a red is 1/4, the probability of getting a blue is 1/6. We could certainly stop and see what the probability is going to be for a yellow. That might be one profitable way to move forward. But let's just go with what we have here. And again, what commonly happens here is students kind of get stuck. They're like, well, fine, red's 1/4 and blue's 1/6, but what do we do with that? And the thing that they're missing, the big thing that they're missing, and something that is always important to think about is the answer choices. You know, one thing to sort of think about is the answer choices are a source of information. And so, for instance, on this particular question, I might say, well, great. The question is asking me what's the total number of marbles in the bag, right? That's the actual question with the question mark. And my options are 10, 12, 18, 20, or 30. There are no other options, right? 10, 12, 18, 20, or 30. So if I just say, all right, well, this is the total, let's pretend that there are 10. If there are 10 marbles, well, great. How many red ones are there? Well, the probability is 1/4, so there must be 2.5 red marbles, right? That's 1/4 of 10. Now, here I can stop and I can say, well, that can't be right. I can't have half a marble. I can have half a loaf of bread, I can have half of a circle, but I can't have half a marble for the purposes of this test anyway. And so A is out. Then I would say, all right, well, how about B? For B, there are 12 totals, so the probability of getting a red is still 1/4, so there are 3 red. Well, so far so good. What about blue? 1/6, so there are 2 blue. And if I were to complete it, that would mean yellow is 7. No contradictions here. This ends up being the right answer, although a student might sort of look at this and still be a little bit unsure. That's fine, do a couple more. So let's say that the total is 18, answer choice C. Well, now the probability of getting a red, is 1/4, so we're getting 4.5 red marbles. Well, we can't have 4.5 red marbles. Again, we can't have fractional marbles, and so C is out. D, we would get 5 red marbles. So far, so good. But for blue, we would get, what, 3 1/3? Again, we can't have those fractional marbles, so D is out. And then E doesn't work again for the red. We get 7.5. It actually works for the blue, right? We get 5 if we had gotten that far, but it doesn't matter. As soon as we have fractional red marbles, it's out. So again, no formulas, no sort of high-level probability stuff going on. Just remember, the answer choices are information that you can use. And if you don't look at them until you're done with the question, you're giving up an opportunity. Thanks again, and as always, if you have questions on any of these, feel free to write me an email. It's aaron@passportprep.net. I look forward to hearing your questions, and good luck with your preparation.